Hi there everyone, meteorologist Brian Bennett here with your update on Hurricane Matthew. I'm actually at a station in Miami now, trying to lend a hand here as the storm is going to move possibly onshore in east central Florida as we head into the day on Thursday and even Friday morning. Buddy Craig Setzer is here, that's his hand, an amazing hand, forecaster, hurricane extraordinaire. We're looking at the latest updates here from some of the computer models and watching things as they do come in, as this could be a very serious hurricane for east central Florida. All right, here's a look at the storm right now. Cat 3 hurricane moving over the Bahamas. It's actually become better formed over the last couple of hours, redeveloping a more defined eye in the central Bahamas, heading for the busy touristy area of Nassau, Bahamas. Direction right now to the northwest at 320 degrees. If it does happen to turn a little farther south, 310 degrees, that'll be bad news for southeast Florida, bringing the storm onshore closer to Miami, and really bad news for really most of Florida for that matter. Winds right now have actually diminished a little bit, 115 miles per hour sustained. Again, overnight tonight, the hurricane moves over the central Bahamas and even over parts of Nassau as a Cat 3 or even a weak Cat 4 hurricane. As we head into the day tomorrow, we're looking at the storm getting very close to Miami and West Palm Beach, possibly making landfall as a Cat 3 or Cat 4. Again, somewhere between Melbourne and about West Palm Beach area. So somewhere here in West Palm Beach, we are looking at the possibility for a close landfall or perhaps even a landfall of the hurricane. Moving through Friday early morning, the storm starts to move out of our area and into Georgia and Charleston, South Carolina. And that actually makes this kind of wacky turn to the north. Looks like a comma shape here with the storm curving back to the south. Yeah, there's a slight chance it could actually curve a bit more to the southwest and maybe bring us a few showers in the future. But you know what? Let's cross that off the area of interest right now. Let's focus on what's happening in the here and now. I wanted to show you a couple of computer models here because not every model is on the same page. Here's one of my more preferred models. The European model has done really well over the last couple of years with tropical systems. Also notice the light blue color here. Light blue represents winds of tropical storm force 39 to 73. Green is 74 to 95, a Cat 1 hurricane. Yellow is 96 to 110, and Cat 3 will be in the orange color. So by about 10 o'clock Thursday morning, we're seeing tropical storm force winds starting to move in to parts of southeast Florida. The storm continues that northwest track, possibly moving in to parts of east central Florida as a Cat 2 hurricane, winds blowing upwards of 110 miles per hour. Notice that most of the Tampa area stays below the threshold for a tropical storm with winds of 39 to 73, but head towards the center part of the state, say Polk County and areas eastward, and we could see winds blowing 39 to 73 miles per hour. And again, heading farther east, winds really pick up when you head towards parts of Cape Canaveral and Daytona Beach. The storm continues to ride off to the north, possibly as a Cat 3 hurricane, still a very powerful hurricane. Here's the GFS model, the American model. Again, same thing, Thursday morning, we're looking at tropical storm force winds starting up in southeast Florida. Storm rides off to the northwest. A fairly similar path, maybe a bit more intense of a hurricane as a Cat 3, with winds blowing right around Cape Canaveral of 96 to 110 miles per hour, maybe even a gust a little bit higher. Here's the Tampa Bay area. Notice that it stays out of the blue for the most part, so we are looking at winds staying below tropical storm force winds, so maybe a gust in Tampa of 35 miles per hour. Again, head into Polk County, Hardy, DeSoto, Highlands County, and you're looking at winds possibly 39 to 73 miles per hour. The storm continues to go off to the north, giving more trouble for Jacksonville and Daytona Beach. RPM 12-kilometer model probably being a little too optimistic here, keeping the storm offshore. We can only hope that happens, but I'm actually siding a little more with the RPM 36-kilometer, and this is, I believe, my model of choice here. It seems to really have the best handle on the storm. Again, same thing, moving into Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon, we're seeing some squally weather move into southeast Florida, and then as we head towards A little bit later in Thursday evening towards Friday morning, we're seeing winds, tropical storm force, even into hurricane force winds as we head towards parts of Cape Canaveral and east central Florida. For the most part, winds in downtown Tampa, Sarasota, Pinellas County remain below the tropical storm force threshold, but winds on the east coast of Florida are really blowing, possibly again Cat 1, Cat 2 wind gust. Here's a look at the same 36-kilometer model, and you see that we're looking at some heavy rain moving in to southeast Florida tomorrow evening, Thursday evening. That rain is going to move north, possibly bringing some very squally and heavy rain to parts of Orlando and Daytona Beach and Jacksonville. Even Tampa could see an outer rain band head that direction, but for the most part, the heaviest rain will remain east of downtown Tampa. Heavier rain possible in parts of Polk, Hardee, and Highlands County. Here's a look at the possible rainfall totals. Melbourne area picking up 10, 11 inches of rain, not out of the question with the hurricane so close to shore or even moving on shore. Southeast Florida picking up anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rain. Tampa, Sarasota, Pinellas County, maybe half an inch of rain, perhaps up to an inch of rain. So again, the heavier rain is east of town. The rain potentially very heavy by the time you get to eastern Polk County. The wind speeds. We're looking at winds gusting by Thursday evening in southeast Florida, perhaps 30 to 50 miles per hour. Head up towards Vero Beach, winds gusting close to 60 miles per hour. And then we're seeing wind gust by Thursday night and Friday morning in the Melbourne area, potentially gusting upwards of 80 miles per hour, if not close to 90 miles per hour in parts of Melbourne and Cape Canaveral area. Orlando could see wind gust anywhere from, say, about 30 to 50 miles per hour. Tampa could see a wind gust to about 20, maybe 30 miles per hour. So again, the farther east you head, the stronger the winds will be, and mainly areas in eastern Polk, eastern Highlands will see the gustier winds and becoming more windy and, of course, destructive potentially as you head towards the east coast of Florida, potentially bringing down trees and power lines on the east coast, especially east central Florida. What about storm surge? Not a factor for Tampa. We're not looking at a storm surge in Tampa, fortunately, but we are looking at the potential for a 1 to 2 foot storm surge in Fort Lauderdale and Miami area. Head up to West Palm Beach, Fort Pierce, Melbourne, a storm surge of 3 to 5 feet. How about this? Daytona Beach, Jacksonville, Savannah, 5 to 8 foot storm surge. So likely some coastal flooding as you head up into northeast Georgia, especially in some of the low-lying locations. So we're going to be watching this storm pretty closely, seeing if it manages to regain Cat 4 status, and of course how close to land do those winds get. If we happen to see Cat 3 wind speeds or even Cat 4 wind speeds close to land, then we're looking at some pretty devastating damage and extreme winds moving in, and of course a greater storm surge as well. So it's all about the day tomorrow, Thursday, even heading into Thursday night and Friday morning. But right now it looks like the strongest weather will remain east of Tampa Bay towards the east coast of Florida. Either way, we'll continue to watch it as time progresses. All right, guys, you got a couple more hours to prepare if you live on the east coast of Florida. Hopefully everybody's done all their preparations and has everything ready to go. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.